Welcome to Shadow Empress Tarot. I am a messenger of the Most High, with the power to travel through the shadow realms. I am here to guide you through spiritual warfare so you can achieve your soul's desires. What you need to know is, God is my guide, truth is my religion, and my channel is intense shadow work. So if you are mentally or emotionally unstable, you've been warned. So y'all, there's a lesson on my table. And usually when I get up in the morning, and I do my readings, like, I don't like to eat or anything like that. I like to eat, my energy is fresh, clear, straight up out of the bed. I took these cards out, and Spirit took me through a little bit, and I was like, y'all not about to do this to me. I got up, took this mask off, and I'm like, I need some coffee. I know y'all lying. I am not about to read this without no coffee. So let's get started. And even with before, like, even, I don't know with this, you know, where it's going to go. Like, it's a heavy download. It's coming from far up. If you are positive, you better bless this place. If you are negative, you better get up on my face. If you are positive, you better bless this place. If you are negative, you better get up on my face. And I am recording a little later, so when I do that, noise is always a factor. I don't know where we're going, but we going. I know not everybody like the lessons, but this is Shadow Gang, and this is the Enlightenment School. Whew. Where do I start? Lord. Spirit just said, just start. Because literally, this has been on my table for an hour. I was like, no. I'm about to have some coffee. Y'all tripping. So, let's do it. So, I have put some overall. I won't do all those overall cards, but what's on my board is how to create on this reality. And we've all talked about choice a lot. So, what do you want your reality to be? Do you want it to be hell or heaven for you and your bloodline? That's what's on my board today. And let's get into it. Which way? I'll just show you what's up here, and then I'll start reading it. On the first row, we have time. This picture for me, excuse me, y'all, it's time. The seasons passing, and knowledge. You have the boy in the mirror with the warrior. Third out. Excuse me. Excuse me. See, that's why I don't drink coffee before I read, but we wasn't doing it today. You have the stagecoach with TNT, the bread, and the knife. Up under the window at time, you have time again. The beginning of time. And clarifying that, on top of that, you have the justice. The weighing of the heart and the feather. And Spirit has brought this up in my readings a lot. So for me, This is one of those lessons that is not just, is your heart lighter than the feather. For this to constantly come up in my readings, this is for me. I mean, that's up to you. What they're telling me, this right here is a spiritual fact. It's a spiritual truth. And in some way, somehow, the scales being balanced and the heart being lighter than the feather has come up multiple times from multiple decks. So let me keep going. Under the boy and the warrior, you have the guy with the ball and chain. And clarifying him, you have the tower. Under the stagecoach, and this one just blew my mind because Spirit is not playing right now, but we'll get into it. Under the stagecoach, you have the braid with a gold ring around it. And I was like, Spirit, what? They're like, okay, what is this? And clarifying that, you have the magician. This magician is significant. So I'm going to just let it sit there for a second. You have the Five of Wands. And you have the Nine of Swords. Clarifying that braid. Under, the time, prehistoric time, you have the Empress. Keeping track of time. Because the Empress is the creator. She births things on this earth. She is fertile. The Empress knows everything that has happened in this realm from the beginning of time. Next, under the boy and the warrior, the guy with the ball and chain, you have the Fool. And look, up under the stagecoach, the hare with the gold ring, the clarifiers, you have the Emperor. So you have both the Empress and the Emperor out here with the Fool in between both of them. I'm like, Spirit. I was like, okay, so I had it. And I'm like, these are the other cards that came out with the overall. You have Manga. Under time. You have Argument. Under the boy and the warrior, the ball and chain and the Fool. And you have Power under the Emperor. Deep breath. So, I'm going to read this down. Okay, so look. I'm going to read these cards together. Spirit is going to drop some knowledge here, some things that we may not know. Since the beginning of time, since the recording, the beginning of time, years, seasons, decades, centuries, from the beginning of time, this reality has always been about this. Making your heart, literally your soul, as light as a feather. Like, what? Your heart can't be light than a feather. Your heart is a representation of your soul. And at death, in this heavy realm, where it's hard to avoid darkness or becoming a part of it. Like, this is a huge challenge for your soul to be lighter than a feather coming into this realm. This is judged every time you reincarnate. And it's judged to deem if you're ready to ascend. You don't get let out of here unless this is fact. That your soul is lighter than the feather despite what you have experienced here. It's the name of the game. We've discussed this before. And they are not playing. Because it seems to be like every time they have a lesson, they're going to put this down on the table. It's always been like this. We look here in this time, since we were born and to the time now, we think times have changed. The world is getting worse. And in this particular reality, like part of that, yeah, is true. But Spirit is saying it has always been the game. Are you going to allow hell or heaven to take over your soul? So let's keep going. Let me just put my cards back right. Since the beginning of time, this reality, this illusion, this script has been about pain. It's not avoidable. Pain, war is the name of the game. And we've discussed this before. This is the heaviness in this reality. It's a part of this reality. It's the script of the illusion. The challenge is, like I said, through all the pain. Where's your soul at? Did the pain defeat you? Or did it make you better as a soul? People have come in here not knowing what the reality is, wondering why they are here and who they truly are. Soon as the game starts, they say, they start to try to, in some way or some form, access who they truly are. But it's hard. And most people choose just to be asleep in the illusion and bound. They create their own personal prisons. And they like to act like everything is okay. Coming into this illusion and deciding to be this way because the challenge is great will only bring the tower. Give me a second, y'all. This is the battle. This is the argument. This is the gamble. This is the choice. Should I embark on this journey and keep walking? Or should I stay? Should I free myself? Or should I stay? Because I know it's a gamble. But shit, you here, sleep or not, you already took the gamble. So if we come into this reality and we choose imprisonment, we gambled to die. Man, this energy is a lot because Spirit is like, people don't know the gravity of reality. and why we're here and what this place really is. Let's keep going. So, Spirit is saying, oh, I'll get this lighting right one day. Spirit is saying that in this reality, and it's built that way, for us to trap ourselves, trying to survive, trying to eat, trying to get money. We feel like if we move forward, we're going to cut ourselves. If we move forward away from the little scraps and crumbs of bread that we get, something will explode. The energy of this realm is such a heavy energy that it feels that way. But Spirit is saying to eat this bread, to pick up these crumbs. Things are already exploding in your life. You are already being sliced every which way. So this one, y'all, I was like, this made me go get my coffee because I was like, So I'm like, what is this hair, Spirit? Like, yeah, I know that the hair is the antennas, spiritually speaking, your hair is the antennas to the spiritual world. So I'm like, okay, connection to spirit. But I'm like, I was spinning around, it was empty. So they was like, look up the gold ring. And that's after I do these three cards. So I was like, give me some clarifier before they even told me that. First out, you got the Magician. Second out, you got the Five of Wands. And third out, you got the Nine of Swords. So I'm like, okay, I kind of get it, but I'm like, I'm not clear. So they tell me to look up the gold ring. This meaning spiritual connection. The gold ring, the symbolic spiritual meaning is it prevents spiritual corrosion, fatigue, and negativity. They are saying that your freedom from this is your connection to spirit. Your connection to spirit keeps you from spiritual corrosion, fatigue, and negativity. Hey, they not playing. Look. Spiritual corrosion. This particular magician, he can't move forward because the soles of his shoes have been worn down. He, in fact, has to fix his shoes because he came from the Fool. He's been walking. Maybe he's been walking without spiritual guidance. The soles of his shoes have been corroded. Once he's gotten to the One, in order for him to continue his Fool's journey, this magician has to fix his shoes because the soles have been corroded and he can't keep walking. The next one in that definition was fatigue, the Five of Wands. Going and going and going and fighting nonstop and being controlled by wherever the wind takes you. Fighting against the wind. Your spiritual connection and being spiritually strong is what's needed to win this game. I didn't say religion. I said spiritual connection. Now, if religion is your vehicle to get there, that's in fact your choice. But if we were to clean it up and put it in the balance, it would just be spirituality. So this is the fatigue. And then negativity. Look at this shit here. They're being real clear about it. At the 9, the amount of negativity that's here in this realm will beat you down and make you feel small. And your spiritual connection, it's a protection and a prevention of sorts against it. And the reason why I said of sorts is because just because you have a ton of spiritual protection does not mean you ain't going to have to work your ass off. Your spiritual protection keeps you from dying in here. It keeps you from losing a piece of your soul when your back is up against the wall. In that sense, it's everything. And if you can have a clear and strong connection to your spirituality, who you are as a soul, and to the higher realms, you can become an emperor. Your soul can be imbued with astronomical power. You want to know why you're here? We all came for this astronomical power that's available in this realm if we can win the game. So let's go. That is what's out here on my board. So let's see where else Spirit is going with this. What do they need to know, Spirit? Oh, I get to use these. Hey. And this is like, okay. So this deck, they haven't called on this deck, but this is literally the Game of Thrones deck. And before I even pull the cards out here, like, the Game of Thrones is an excellent representation of the reality of this world. So let's get it. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? What's up, Spirit? Because I want to get out of here. I don't know about y'all. I'm not at all deluded about this place. Are there good things about this world? Yes, but I know what it is. And I don't care to come back. So, let's get on this ship and get the fuck out of here. What do they need to know, Spirit? Wow. Right out the gate. Ace of Swords. Truth. And this sword is at the wall. There's a lot of truths behind that wall. What do they need to know, Spirit? What do we need to know? So we got it again, huh? The Knight of Coins. The 10 of Coins. Give me a second. Damn. The 9 of Coins. This is about energy. And the Tower. Second time out, the Tower. We got 2 towers here. Give me a second. Let me jump on this energy. The truth. Okay. Clarify the tower for me, please. Oh, okay. Ooh, this is... Clarify the tower. Oh, no, don't do that. Mm-hmm. Wow, okay. Page of Swords. And the Two of Coins. Mm. And Lannister always pays his debts. Okay. So, they're doubling down to make sure that we know that this is... They're not playing about this. The truth about this realm is we all came here for energy. We knew that it was going to take time and dedication. What's old girl name? I'm having a brain fart because I have so much. It's a huge download coming, but I can't remember old girl name. But no matter what happened to her, she was dedicated. It took her time. She would get beat down. She was not about it. She was going to stand up. She wasn't afraid. What's her name? But anyway, y'all know. We knew this before we came here. That we would have to be strong and committed. And loyal to our souls in order to get to hold on to who we are. And to get more. To grow who we are. The goal is to get to the 10. To fill our souls up in this realm. To rise in rank. And let me tell you something about this dragon. If you're chosen and you have a high rank, you should have a dragon. And I'm not even playing. And this comes up under this card, the 9 of Coins. With Khaleesi. And her dragon is under the Emperor and astronomical power. And if you think about her, how her brother was cheating her, she was just a slave. He over there plumping up her titties and stuff like, I'll let a whole army fuck you if I can get my crown. These are the battles that she had to withstand and win in order to gain her energy and gain her dragons and to find out who she truly was. Now, there's a choice. When Bran called up that tower and he saw them Lannisters sexing each other. He had a choice to let that boy live the right thing, even though he was doing the wrong thing, or to preserve him and his sister's secret. Jaime made a choice. He made a choice with his energy. He had to think quickly. He was at that window and he was like, fuck. He had him by the, like, what am I going to do? what am I going to do with my energy? Am I going to do my shadow work because I'm over here loving up on my sister and that's nasty? Or am I going to ignore my shadow and kill this boy? And he decided to push Bran. And these are the choices that we have to face constantly. We are constantly in a balance with these choices. It may not be extreme, but they all matter. There's one choice that's always better than the other. And you have to remember, when you make these choices, you are committed to them. What Jaime did to Bran at this moment started a war. Because him and his sister didn't want to deal with their shadows. And those Lannisters learned that they would in fact have to pay their debts. A Lannister always pays his debts. And I know you fucking will. Cersei, she got her lickbacks a lot. But that woman lost the one thing she loved. Every single one of her children. She lost every single one of her children because she told Jaime to push that boy off this tower. The only thing that touched that bitch cold heart, she had to pay. This is what we need to realize. That our choices brings the tower. Or it brings us power. Regardless, we have to pay our debts. And we don't ascend out of here if our hearts are not lighter than a feather. Let's keep going. What do they need to know, Spirit? Hey, this is my movie. This is my show. When this show ended, I was like, what am I going to do? It touched me deeply. I understood this show on a deeper level. They need to like, I don't know, they need to like do something. Like bring it back, like. What do they need to know, Spirit? You have the Ten of Swords under the Ace of Swords. After Traitor, you have the Knight of Cups. What do they need to know, Spirit? Give me a second, y'all. My board is getting kind of crazy and I need to be organized because this is a lot of info. What do they need to know, Spirit? That's a lot of cards, but I'm going to take them. This way? Okay. You got the Moon. Oh, okay, I remember it. You have the Five of Swords. Wands. So the Five of Wands. So we got the Tower out here twice and the Five of Wands out here twice. We got Justice out here twice. And we got the Six of Wands, Triumph. Let me jump on this energy, y'all. Give me something, Spirit, for this Ten of Swords, please. I think I got it, but let's see. Give me one clarifier, please. Thank you. Four of Spears. The Four of Wands. Okay. Spirit is saying, you betray yourself. And we talked about the importance of our emotions. Because the emotions are the water element. It is literally, the water is literally, it's like your soul. It is the health of your soul. That's why it's so important to pay attention to your emotions. If the health of your soul, the emotional health of your soul is not up to par, you end up betraying yourself. What you end up doing is you end up at the Four of Wands, you end up pouring water on your soul's fire, the energy of your soul. You pour it like the fire and you literally rinse the foundation of your soul away by ignoring how you feel. Your feelings are a direct connection to your soul and what's going on with your higher soul, your higher self. You ignore your emotions. Is the reason why you're confused and where to go in this realm. Your emotions is the waters. When the spiritual realm is the waters. If you disconnect from your emotion, you are disconnecting from your spirituality and what your higher self, your higher soul is trying to tell you. You betray yourself. You turn your back on your soul. And you get trapped in confusion. You become tired. And the fight seems to be never ending. It's like the wind is always blowing you to a fight. And it always seems overwhelming. 2 against 3, what is this? But what happens is it becomes hard for you to stay, what's the word for him? Honorable. This man, I want to cry because this is a gangster right here. This is a gangster. This man, when evil was being thrown his way, he did not waver. He did not, damn y'all, he did not give up a piece of himself out of fear. Y'all gonna fucking You think you're going to destroy my legacy? You think you're going to destroy who I am? I think not. That's what you're not going to do. I don't care what you put in front of me. Fuck all y'all. I'm not going to betray who I am. I'm not going to betray my legacy because you think you're going to bring me hell. Man, fuck y'all. Y'all tripping. And he had to sit there in that pain. He knew that they were going after his kids. But he knew what he needed to do. And he couldn't let vengeance and fear and destruction take over his soul. This dude in this movie gave me Jesus vibes. I mean, he was a lot rougher than Jesus, but you know what I'm saying? And the animal for his family is fitting. The dire wolf. Strong and powerful and intuitive. They did, in fact, have the power of the wolf in that family, and that's for sure. They had the odds stacked against them, and the ones who use their intuition the best is the ones that survived. Bran literally was chosen for his intuition. Intuition ran in this. The reason why their family was the dire wolf is because the intuitive, their intuition it ran in their bloodline. That's why Bran was a chosen. It was like already in their bloodline. They intuitively made moves that saved their asses. They were, in fact, connected to the spirit realm. Was it perfect? No. But in my eyes, this is the family that came out on top. Because they stayed balanced and they followed their intuitions. And even when in that red dinner, like it was too late, but they were looking around. The reason why that happened is because they ignored their intuition. Meeting like that. And the mom looking around like, hey, something ain't right. But before she could catch it, they started slaughtering their asses. Don't ignore your intuition. Do not ignore the way that you feel. It is absolute betrayal. This is how you become triumphant in this reality. And I feel like this is going to come out on my board a lot. It has. Spirit is going to tell you over and over and over again. Because this is the lesson that we as souls want to ignore in this realm. Because it's hard. And a lot of us would rather go to sleep. And pretend like we're not imprisoned here. And pretend like we're satisfied with the nothing that's around us. Ignoring how we truly feel. Which is like this. Which is like this. Anything else, Spirit? What do we need to know? What do we need to know, Spirit? We got power. What do we need to know? We have fire, which is giving me astronomical power, the Emperor. What do we need to know, Spirit? Divine Masculine. Hey, if another power card come out here, I'm gonna die. What else? Let's see what we got here. Grounded. They are give me one more. Hold on, y'all. Give me I want something for this Divine Masculine. Please. Okay. Y'all like, didn't I just say? Okay. This is the Emperor. Divine Masculine and affluence. So let's go. Let's get it. Spirit has said you have to accept that power is the name of the game. Gaining power is the name of the game. Getting in touch of your sacred fire, being able to work through this realm and being able to embody the true essence of your soul, so that you can be an emperor in this realm. And I'm not talking about Pablo Escobar type power. I'm talking about this kind of power. Mastery and balance of your soul. To be able to ground your true power here on earth. It what gets you to ascend. What else do we need to know? Or gets you to ascend, I would say which allows ascension. That's a better way to put it. You got veiled. Evil eye, jealousy. And courage. Give me something for this evil eye, please. One more. Give me a second, y'all. Knowledge. Spirit wants to say, this reading has been to take the veil off of your eyes. To take the veil off of your eyes so that you can see the illusion. So you can see the way this illusion always has been. This has always been a place of war. This place has always been the Game of Thrones. Have courage to get out of here, to fight the battles, to bring to be able to embody your true soul in this realm. Have the courage to fight. If this has helped you, please like, share, subscribe, and until next time.